prior to 2000, we were way more involved in assisting a church to get money. We often put together a summary, executive summary of what they wanted to borrow and documentation for their income and discuss how they were going to pay the loan off and actually help the church go talk to their lenders. And then we got lazy in that, not because it was more work, but because basically a church could write a letter to the bank and ask for money and they got approved. Money was real easy to get 6 years ago, 5 years ago. But then everything changed in the last 2 years. Lenders have really drawn back on giving money out. We've actually had churches that were approved for money by banks and then provided all the documentation, even made significant deposits, $500,000 and more, in those banks as part of the requirement to go to settlement. And days before settlement, have the loan withdrawn by the bank. And it's very frustrating, especially when you're trying to align so many disciplines to get started and geared up for construction, and then have to pull back on that. And so recently we've re-implemented what we used to do back in the late 90s and really, right around 2002, 2003, kind of stopped doing when money got easy. And that was put together a construction loan mortgage request document. It's about a ½ inch, 5/8 inch thick. And this is really just the teaser information. If you provided everything, it would probably be 2 inches thick and look intimidating. But what I mean by preliminary information, we've provided an executive summary in here that just simply asks how much the church wants and how they're going to pay it back and how they've been successfully meeting it and showing their financial documentation. This is just an example of some of the table of contents. It's an introduction letter from the pastor. It's an executive summary that I just mentioned. Pastor's resume, purpose of the project to show real need and why it's so important. Basically, it's proving to the bank that this is very intentional. It's not something you're feeling or fishing, and you're moving forward. Treasurer's reports for the last 3 years, and so on. And we're discovering that you can't just give this to one lender. You have to invite maybe 10 to 12 lenders today just to get 3 to say yes, they're interested enough, and you providing the rest of the documentation to take it to loan committee.